Hello everyone, welcome back to Oh Hey This Too. If you're not new to my channel, you're probably not used to really seeing my face much, but I figured since this is a video about my face, it kind of makes sense. So I'm coming at you live from my parents' kitchen. These are their cabinets, this is their plant, and I'm sitting on the floor. So today we are going to be talking about why I stopped Accutane. I should probably note, I have no makeup on right now at all except mascara and brows, but no face makeup on, no concealer, no nothing, and let me just scooch in for you. It's going to be kind of hard to tell, but basically I only have one zit right now, and it is right there, and it is tiny compared to zits that I usually get. Everything else that you are seeing is a flat scar or just like general redness. So my skin is doing amazing. I took 2 months of Accutane before I had to stop, and in this video I'm going to talk a little bit about just a quick summary of what Accutane is, why I decided to take it, and why I decided to stop. I'll also link below a video describing everything you could ever want to know about Accutane. It's amazing. You should watch it if you're thinking about going on Accutane. Let's just talk quickly about what is Accutane. This is Accutane. They don't all look exactly like these pills. There's different brands, there are different milligram amounts, they all look a little bit different, but all of them come with lots of little pictures of pregnant ladies with lines through them, because one of the main things with Accutane is you cannot get pregnant while you are taking it because it does cause birth defects. So they really drill that into you, and it seems super scary. You get a scary booklet that's got like red lines and caution tape and stop signs, but it's mostly all focused on the whole like you can't get pregnant while you're on it. Outside of that, Accutane's not that scary of a drug. It really is not, even though I am stopping. For most people, it's a pretty minor drug. Like, you get some really dry lips, you get some dry skin, it clears up your acne, you're good to go. So just please take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt in this video, because for most people it's an amazing product that works really, really well and has very few side effects. But a quick summary is that Accutane is a drug that helps clear up your acne. Basically, most people only need to be on it for 6 to 8 months, although some people do a second round of it if it didn't work the first time, and then some people do a third round. I don't think you can do more than 3 rounds. It basically works by kind of, I guess, retraining your skin cells to not block your oil glands, and it also shrinks your oil glands. But it doesn't only shrink and dry up your oil glands in your face, it does it in your whole body, which when I talk about some of the reasons that I'm not taking it anymore, that will be relevant. It can also help clear up scarring and make it so that you don't scar as easily or for as long in the future. Now, I am one of those people who, I feel like I'm the only person, but I'm the type of person where my scars don't just stick around for a couple months, they're there for at least a year. Like, I have not had a pimple in this region on my face since Christmas. It is now end of May, and they are still kicking. But scars don't really bother me because they are so much easier to cover than regular pimples, and if you have acne, you know that also pimples hurt. Like, a lot of people are like,
it's a cosmetic thing, blah, blah, blah. No, no, no. Your face hurts all the time. It sucks. If you have acne, I'm sure you understand. If you don't, you're very lucky.
Definitely just watch the video down below if you want all the info on how Accutane works. But I'm gonna move on now to why I decided to take Accutane. I have always had acne pretty much my entire life, but it wasn't bad until like end of college, like my senior year of college. It got bad. Basically, just imagine every square inch of my face covered in pimples. See, you don't even need a picture. It was really, really bad. And I actually went in to a dermatologist that summer after my senior year of college and got a consultation for Accutane. And after that visit, I started taking a birth control pill, which I had never done before. And that alone actually cleared up most of my acne. So then I was like, sweet, I don't need to do Accutane because just balancing my hormones has helped tremendously. This is amazing. So a year or so went by, everything was great. My skin was looking so much better, not perfect, but better. And then it just slowly came back. Do you want to say hi? Say hi. Hi, friends. Hi. Hi. Okay. Basically, it came back after a year, and so I went in for a second Accutane consultation. And in this meeting, they were like, well, have you ever tried any just prescription topical things? And I was like, no, but I don't know if I even want to, because my acne is so bad that I just want to get rid of it. And I know that Accutane does that for a lot of people. But the dermatologist convinced me to try Epiduo, which is a prescription topical cream, and once again, it worked amazingly. So Epiduo completely cleared my skin up, and again, worked for about a year, maybe a year and a half, but just over the course of that year and a half, it slowly came back, and I was getting so frustrated because I was like,
why did you work for a little bit, but not now?
So I went in for a third consultation for Accutane, and I was like, I'm doing this for sure no matter what. Well, this time they gave me all the booklets because I was like, yep, this is what we're doing. I took it home, read through it, and it totally terrified me because that book is just, it just freaks you out for almost no reason. It's just really serious about the whole you can't get pregnant thing, and like they just make it seem like it is this terrifying drug. And so I'm the type of person that like I do not like to take medicine unless I am dying. So I was like, I don't want to take the medicine that seems this scary and like such a big deal. So once again, I decided to wait and try other things and not take Accutane. Now, keep in mind, between all of these consultations for Accutane, I was trying everything. Like, I have people all the time message me on Instagram and offer suggestions of things to try, which I really appreciate, but almost every single one anyone has ever recommended, I have tried. Washing your face with cold water, eliminating dairy. I'm lactose intolerant, so like I can't even eat dairy. Switching your pillowcase, different topical products. Almost nothing ever worked, or it would help a little bit, but I would always have like flare-ups once every few months, or just I constantly had something on my face. And seeing my mom, who is 53 and also just constantly still has at least 1 or 2 or 3 pimples on her face at all times, just made me realize, you know, this is not something that is gonna go away. I'm not gonna like grow out of this. So I really finally am like, we're doing Accutane. But then, and we're talking like, this has been a course of like 4 years at this point. So finally decided I am doing Accutane no matter what. I've tried everything else. I know that I'm gonna have acne for life unless I deal with it now. So we're doing it. But then I couldn't because I move a lot. I travel a lot. And basically, once I decided to do it, there was never a time when I knew I was going to be living somewhere long enough to do the Accutane, because you're supposed to be on it for around 6 to 8 months. I wanted to wait until I was settled somewhere so that I could just do it all at one place, not have to worry about transferring doctors and insurance and blah, blah, blah. So naive me thought that I finally was in a place that I was going to be in long enough to do Accutane, which if you follow along with my life at all, you know is not true, because here I am in my parents' house on my way to move up to Minnesota in the middle of Accutane. But I thought when I started, I'm gonna be here for like a few years. This is the time I can finally do Accutane. Yes. So I go in, I have the consultation. I'm like, yep, I know everything you're telling me, because this is literally my 4th consultation for Accutane. They were like, do you want to take it home and like think about it? And I was like, no, we're doing this now. And she was like, yep, you totally qualify. Like, you have clearly tried almost everything else. It doesn't seem hormonal, so probably shouldn't bother with the spirulactane. And so we got started. So now we're on part like 2B of this talk, where I talk about my experience with Accutane. I basically started at 30 milligrams, which is a pretty low dosage. Like, I'd say the average person is on 60 milligrams from what I've heard. So I started on 30 the first month, which is pretty common to start someone lower and then just like see how they react to the drug and then bump them up if their body's tolerating it. So I was on 30, I had almost no side effects. I had just like dry lips, and I think that was it. That was the only side effect that I had the first month. It was amazing. My acne hadn't started clearing up yet, but it's not supposed to right away. It takes a little while. So all was well. Now, fast forward to month 2, she bumped me up to 40 milligrams per day, which is not that high still, considering most people are at 60 and some people are at 80. Now, when I started taking 40 milligrams, a lot of side effects started happening, and I had always said that I was only going to take Accutane and keep doing it if the only side effects were having really, really dry lips and really dry skin. Like, even, I know it can like cause eczema on some people. I was like, even if it does that, that's cool with me, but like outside of dry lips and dry skin, if it's doing other things to me, I'm not gonna keep taking it. Well, it started doing other things to me. So one of the first things that I noticed happen was just really, this is gonna be kind of gross, but like really dry sinuses, to the point that I did wake up with a bloody nose one day, which didn't freak me out that much because they had told me that that totally could happen and is normal. So I wasn't too concerned about it, but the overall just like dryness was honestly so intense as the month went on that I couldn't breathe through my nose, like at all, because just everything in there was dry. So it wasn't like draining properly. I'm gonna try not to get too gross with that, but I couldn't breathe through my nose. And I'm having a lot of anxiety issues that I'm dealing with right now, just in the past couple weeks. I'm not gonna get into it, but you should just know that not being able to breathe was not helping my anxiety, because I would wake up in the middle of the night and be like gasping for air because I couldn't breathe through my nose. So that alone wouldn't probably have made me stop taking Accutane, but it was combined with these other things. The second thing that started happening were headaches. And again, this is not completely uncommon, but mine were so terrible. The only way that I could get them to be like tolerable is if I drank a shit ton of water. And I'm not talking like make sure I have like 5 glasses a day. I would drink just glass after glass after glass of water, partly because I just felt like I needed it. Like I was just so parched. I was like, oh my god, give me all the water. And then, you know, of course I had to pee like 3 times an hour. But I drank so much water because it was the only way to keep from having a terrible headache that made it so that I couldn't do anything. I couldn't work. I couldn't get out of bed. Terrible headaches. And I was like, this is okay though. Like I can drink enough water to keep them tolerable and it's fine. But if I ever messed up and didn't have enough water, I was like out for the rest of the day. Now, while it is kind of common to get headaches while you are on Accutane, I don't think it's that common to get them as badly as I was getting them. And I kind of should have known that that was going to happen to me, because I'm very, very sensitive to any sort of drug. Like I literally can only drink half of a half-calf latte at Starbucks, and I'm like wired, and I can't drink any caffeine after like 2 p.m. or I'm up all night. I take half a dose of children's Tylenol when I need to take Tylenol. Like medicine and drugs just really, really affect me. Everybody's different, and that's just who I am, okay? But I should have known that Accutane would affect me more than probably the average person based on that, and it did. So we've got the insanely dry sinus situation, the terrible headaches, but a lot of people are like, if you stick with it, the headaches go away, like your body gets used to what's happening and they go away, so just like stick it out. So I was gonna. But the third thing, and probably the main reason that I stopped taking Accutane, is because, no, that's not the main reason, it's the second reason. I'll tell you the main reason next. But the second to main reason why I stopped taking it is because I would wake up with like incredible pain around my eye sockets, because it's drying out all of your glands. So that includes the things that make it so that your eyes are lubricated enough to move around. It dries those out too. And for most people, they just put some eye drops in and they're fine. I can't even describe it. It almost felt like it was bruised or like I pulled a muscle around my eye. It really hurt. I like stopped wearing eye makeup because it hurt to like be like looking down to put mascara on. Like the pain around my eyes really hurt. And then I started like seeing specks floating around, and that was the moment I was like, nope. Like once you start talking about eye problems, it's not worth it to me anymore. I value my eyesight way too much. Normally the most common eye issue associated with Accutane is just that it can cause like trouble seeing at nighttime, but every single body is different. It just freaked me out a lot because I didn't want to have eye problems, and I always said as long as all it causes are dry lips and dry skin, I'm good. But at this point I've got the dry sinuses, the terrible headaches, and now it's starting to affect my eyes. So I was like, this is too much. I'm gonna have to stop taking it. So I did stop taking it about a week ago. The eye issues have completely gone away. The headaches are still happening because, like I said, the drug is in your system for 30 days. My sinuses are like getting better each day, but it's still pretty plugged up there. So the fourth and main reason, and then there is a fifth reason if you want to stick around for that at the end. The fourth and main reason that I decided to stop taking Accutane is because, as I kind of mentioned earlier in the video, I am dealing with some pretty severe anxiety issues right now in my life. I'm not going to get super into it, but just it's not like anything I've ever experienced before, and don't worry, I am getting help that I need. But having things like freaking out about like, am I having eye issues or like not being able to breathe right or having these excruciating headaches was not helping my anxiety. It was making it a lot worse. And kind of what the doctor said to me was like, your body is clearly not tolerating the drug super well. It's tolerating it, you're fine, but it's not tolerating it well. And if it's causing your anxiety to be even worse, you have to decide if that's worth continuing. And it just wasn't for me, not right now in life. There is a chance that in the future, when I'm in a better place mentally, I might, strong might, take Accutane again and try it again when I'm in a better place. But right now I am not. And if there is anything in my life that I can control and like eliminate a cause of stress and anxiety, I need to be doing that, and Accutane was one of those things. So as of right now, I have stopped taking it. Might in the future, but like the whole eye thing, honestly, like I don't know if I'm going to. So the fifth reason is that even if I wanted to keep taking Accutane, which I don't, but if I wanted to, I literally can't. It's kind of a complicated story, but basically if you don't see your doctor on a certain date, get your blood work done on a certain date, and get your prescription picked up on a certain date, you get like kicked out of the eye pledge program if you're a female. If you're a male, you don't have to worry about all this. As with most things in life, you have less to worry about. But if you are a female and you miss these, you get kicked out of the program and you have to start over. So you have to start over with 2 negative pregnancy tests 30 days apart, and then you can start taking the drug again. And just with how things worked out with my move, I was supposed to be able to go to my dermatologist on a certain date, and I ended up not being able to, and I can't get my insurance switched up to Minnesota quick enough to get in by the right date, so I'm kicked out of the Accutane program. Moving normally wouldn't be that big of a deal. You can make it work. You just like switch providers. It just takes some planning, and mine fell through, but I didn't care that much that it was falling through because I already knew that I wanted to stop taking it, if that makes sense. But do just know that like if you are in the middle of Accutane and you're planning to move, it's totally doable. It's really not that hard even. Just plan ahead, you know, if you can. Also, if I really wanted to, I could try to get in quickly and get back on the program and possibly not have to do a full 6 more months since I have been on it really recently. That's up to the doctor and their discretion, but like I'm not even gonna try to do that because, as I just mentioned, I don't really want to do it anymore. The last little thing that I know some people had questions about is just like, how did I already start seeing results, and like will they possibly stick around? From what I've been told, It is possible that my skin will stay pretty clear just because my acne was not terrible when I started. So I do have a higher chance of my results like sticking around and working just from being on it for 2 months, but it's not likely. Like it is very likely that my acne will come back because I didn't complete the full program. But it is possible that the results will stick around. So like, pray for me. Send good vibes, send good vibes. I did 100% see results. This is the first zit I have had in well over 30 days, which I've never in my life gone that long without having zits. So it's amazing. Like, I mean, I'm really sad that I can't keep taking it because it's working and it's awesome to just not have to worry about acne and zits like all the time. It's amazing. So my plan now is to just go back to my skincare routine, which actually was keeping my acne pretty well under control. If you truly have acne, there's only so much a skincare routine can do. I'll definitely share that skincare routine in the future. I think that's everything. If there's anything at all that I forgot, please ask away below in the comments. I'm happy to answer literally anything you want to know about Accutane or my experience on it. I know when I started, I had so many questions and like did not understand how it all worked. So ask away, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful and it wasn't too it was rambly. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it anyway. I will see you in the next one. Bye. Nala, stop it.